Well, here we go. It is semifinal Saturday at the Whataburger Bassmaster Elite Wheeler Lake on the Tennessee River right in Decatur, Alabama. And boy, it is deemed and dubbed as one of the toughest events we could possibly have this season, but that has made it quite interesting for our field of Elite Series pros. We're cut down to 50 anglers today, and we have seen some awesome things transpire so far this week. We've got a leader in Cliff Prince who showed no signs of letting up yesterday. Got guys like John Cruz with a great track record here at Wheeler showing up once again. Guys like Ray Hanselman made a big charge yesterday along with Justin Hamner. So many others in the mix, and we'll have all 10 of our top 10 on Bassmaster Live today as we do 5 hours of Fox Sports 1 in just a little bit. Before we do that, we wanted to bring you a little bit of what's going on this morning, and John Garrett, one or the other. We got 3 Johns in the top 5, Such, and we got to hear from a couple of them at takeoff this morning. Got to talk to two-time Elite Series champion John Cruz, who starts the day in 4th place, looking to try to catch that man, Cliff Prince.
All right, so we're getting ready to take off here on day 3. I'm kind of perplexed about where to start, so I'm going to go where I had a really good day 1 morning. We're going to check it real quick. If it's going down there, hopefully we get good and quick.
30
if not,
seconds.
we're going to make a change, run down lake for a while, check that out early, and see what we can come up with.
Good morning, Ray Hanselman here, day 3 of Wheeler Lake Elite Series. I'm going to kind of run what I did yesterday. Worked out pretty good at 17. Fish a shell bar in the morning and then start ripping and grinding through the grass. It's supposed to get hotter today. I don't know how. It was pretty hot yesterday, but we're going to do our best. I don't think it's going to affect them too much because, I mean, these are Alabama fish. They're used to this kind of weather. We'll just, I just want to keep positive thoughts, and they're going to bite, and we're going to catch them.
I'm a little jacked up. Water's up. We're in the top 50, which this lake, you can easily finish dead last just because, it's tough in places. There's a lot of places that don't have the right fish.
30 seconds.
We're here. So I'm excited. We're going to try a new spot that just for a little bit this morning, where in practice I was thinking it would be a really good starting spot to catch some good ones. I caught like a 4 and a 3 3/4 in practice there. I haven't really seen anybody when I drove by it, but we're going to try to check it and then head on down and try to hang out in our spot and catch some big ones.
Decatur, Alabama.
There's the game plans of a lot of our leaders. The only one we didn't hear from is Cliff Prince, but Cliff Prince, Such, you could say he does his talking on the water this week. He has found a special spot, and that has carried him to 2 very consistent days, 19 and 19.4 day 1, 20 pounds 7 ounces yesterday.
Catching yesterday, though, he was worried if it would hold out for another 2 days. That was the big question mark coming into semifinal Saturday morning, day 3. Same with Justin Hamner and a bunch of the other guys. Will there be fish there on day 3?
2 big worries of, hey, is my spot dried up, or they're biting so good I have to stop catching them because I want them for tomorrow. And this is how he started semifinal Saturday. A 5-pounder for Cliff Prince. Already has a limit while some of his closest competitors are still running to their locations. 16 pounds 5 ounces unofficially on Bass Track right now. That is quick work, Such, and 16.5 this week is a great limit. Guys will spend all day trying to catch 16.5, and in the first 30 minutes of the day, Cliff Prince has knocked that out. It may even be more than that if he wouldn't have lost 4 or 5 fish early this morning.
He had a couple misses. He's culled a couple times, though. And over the closest competitor, he's got an 18-pound, 13-ounce lead on Justin Hamner. But Hamner has just got to his spot, and he could start catching him. That's what I'm talking.
Cliff Prince, the man from Palatka, Florida. We would expect him to maybe possibly get his first Elite Series win in the state of Florida on the St. Johns River. He's been close so many times. He's had some misfortunes there that have held him out from winning on his home body of water. But boy, it's always when you least expect it, Such. And I don't think that when he left Florida to come to Alabama for Wheeler Lake, heat of the summer, offshore fishing, Might not be up his alley, but boy, he has found an area that is repopulated each day.
Davey said he talked with him. He actually called me and I called him back and we spoke a little bit, and he just said he's kind of going in. He didn't pre-practice. He's just going to go up there, and look what happened, going with an open mind, and that has seemed to help. This is his 145th B.A.S.S. entry. If you were to win it, that'd be pretty impressive. And
would be huge for him. He's had a tough season. Meanwhile, John Cox already catching some fish as well, and not where we saw him start yesterday up in his backwater
that could have been
pond area. He did not go there first. He is going to stay closer to Decatur, get a couple fish in the boat. It looks like the water was up, he said. Maybe give his area time to set up.
Glad you're back, Ronnie, and healthy. You missed
I don't know what
him
was that.
worried
Was weird.
about that spot. Yesterday, they didn't generate any more than 13,000.
Yes.
Today, they're going to jump it up 5,000, about 18,000 at some point in the day. That's the predicted generation schedule.
Jay Shakurit catching some fish this morning, came in 10th place to start his day 3. And like you said, Such, some fans have asked, what are these guys talking about that they're not running water? They're running 13,000 online. But what it was in practice, and last week they were running 40+ thousand, which is really the uptick in water movement. When it's at 13, that's kind of like a normal number. It's kind of a number that doesn't really impact things and change much.
Not move in the water.
Yes,
and setting the fish
that's
up
kind of the norm, the standard. Water's always moving to some extent, but they want it moving more than not, at least some of them.
How about this big fish guy? 513 yesterday for Wesley Gore.
Biggest fish of day 2 at the weigh-in. Wesley Gore, we saw him get a Century Club at Lake Fork earlier this year. The rookie from Alabama, the Coosa River. He was a high school All-American, fished at Montevallo in college, then jumped down and said, I just want to go straight to the pros. Let's go opens to the pros, and he has done that.
Last two guys, Gore and Shakur, have moved into the top 10 of AOI, Ronnie.
There were some big shakeups as well. Guys that we thought were going to chase down Trey McKinney, like Corey Johnston and Jordan Lee, they still can. But boy, they took a step back after a tough wheeler this week. Ray Hanselman made a big move up the leaderboard yesterday. He was the guy who jumped out to the quick, early 16 to 17 pound limit, Such, and that's ended up what he weighed in yesterday at about 17 pounds and change. And if he could get up to that 20-pound mark, he'll be able to make up some ground today, especially seeing how Cliff Prince has already got a good bag.
Yeah, and he's made a big move in AOY. He's got some hopes to make in the Classic. He's done, right now he's 49th in points. Top 40 make it to the Bassmaster Classic. He started in the 70s coming into this event.
I'll tell you what, Such, it's great having cameras with our leaders. They're obviously catching them better than what we see on day 1, but I think this body of water is seeing an uptick. Normally you see it go down a little bit each day, like it gets a little tougher. Might get tougher bites-wise for some guys, but we are seeing some quality fish and seeing more numbers from some of our leaders than we had seen in previous days or heard of. Looking forward to seeing what day 3 has for us. Coverage starts today, 8 a.m. Eastern time on Fox Sports 1. We're gonna have 5 hours today on Fox Sports 1 with Tommy, Davey, Such, myself, Dave Mercer, all the gang. Gonna be here for Fox Sports 1 for 5 hours. Make sure you join us there, and if not, live mix will be rolling on Bassmaster.com. We'll see you there. He's a